So, it's been a while. I decided that I would try to pick up the vlog camera and try to vlog for you. I attempted to do this in Florida, but things were just too busy and I was focused on spending time with family that I didn't get to really have anything complete to share with you. So it is a few days before Labor Day weekend and I have a couple of days off. So I thought over these few days I would vlog. I never know how it will turn out, if it's going to be a weekend vlog, a weekly vlog, or a sporadic vlog over many weeks. Sorry for the shaky camera. Liam is trying to grab the camera. He thinks it's a phone. He's trying to do touchscreen. It's not really working for him. But yes, I'm home with Liam today and we are going to go to the library in a little bit and maybe Walmart to get someone a new toothbrush, hopefully one that will make him want to brush his teeth because it's very much a challenge these days. And then I guess we'll see where the rest of the time takes us. But I have found it difficult to get into the groove of recording videos, vlogging, because, Liam, don't put your finger on the lens, because time is precious and there's never enough of it. And of course, every second I get that I can spend with this little guy, I want to. So we'll see how this goes. I'm hoping during nap time that I might be able to get a workout in, because that's another thing that I still haven't been able to get back into the routine of, and I know I really need to because it's good for my health, it's good for my mental health, it's good in many ways, and I just haven't seemed to be able to find a place to carve out that time, especially during the work week. So I've just got to try to fit it in when I can, so I'm hoping to get that done today too. Also have to shower, so I might do that during nap time as well. We'll see how it goes. Also forgive any messes that you might see throughout this vlog because, again, time, and there's never enough time to do everything, including organizing. So, and when you have a toddler, it just is never ending. So if you know, you know, I guess. But that is a question I have for other moms of babies, toddlers. Where do you fit in the time to exercise, especially if you're working full time? How do you do it? It's not easy to find the time. But we're going to go play for a little bit and then have SNACK. We can't say that word because someone gets excited when we say that word. And then we'll be off to the library and Walmart. The library we're going because we're turning in Liam's summer reading sheets. So I think he gets a little prize, but he completed quite a few books this summer. We actually lost track and didn't get to write down all the books, but those that we did write down add up to like 90 books or something, so that's pretty good. And then we might look for some new books to take out from the library and let him pick some of those. So that's the plan, and we'll see you in a bit. Liam and I finished our errands, got everything that we needed, got some books at the library, which I'll share with you later if I have time, because I've got 2 hours to do a workout and shower, which might seem like a ton of time, but it's not really. It goes by fast. I also need to get some cards together, but I don't know if I'm going to fit that in during the nap. I may have to wait till James is home to do that. I don't know. We'll see. Or if Liam's playing independently, I could do it then. But I'd also like to read my book if there's any time left, so that's why I've got to just get to it and get it done. here we go. I'd really like to take a nap myself, but it's not in the cards for me today.
We're gonna hit an awesome workout. Those are your 2 moves. Let's do it.
Alright, workout done, shower done. Now I've got about 30-ish minutes, hopefully, till Liam has to get up from his nap. So first I'm going to show you the library books that we got, and then I think I am going to try to get those cards done. And then maybe I'll have a few minutes to read. We will see. He's been really liking the Sandra Boynton books that we have, so we picked up some that we don't have so we can try out some new ones. This one is Happy Hippo, Angry Duck, Woodland Dance, because his current favorite is Barnyard Dance, so I'm curious to see how Woodland Dance will compare. And then The Bunny Rabbit Show. Then we have Curious George and the Dinosaur, Library Mouse, which looked like it was a series, and I'm assuming this is the first one because the rest were like Library Mouse and the such and such and different versions of Library Mouse. Then we have Pete the Cat, which is also apparently a series. Pete the Cat and His Magical Sunglasses. And then Peppa Pig and the Library Visit, which has caught my eye since we were at the library. But I will say, going to the library children's section is quite overwhelming because there's so many books to choose from, and I don't really know much about kids book authors or kids book titles or what to get. I mean, I know what we have, but as far as new and different things, I have no idea. So I do find it a little bit overwhelming, but we just kind of slowly went through the aisles and I just waited till something caught my eye or Liam's eye, and this is what we ended up with. So a good selection for the next week or so, unless we end up reading a couple a day, but some new books to try out. He does love his books, which makes me so happy. Good morning! It is the next day. We are doing some laundry, some dishes, so it's quite noisy around here. Liam's enjoying his morning snack. I don't know exactly what the day ahead's going to bring because right now it looks beautiful out, but it said it was supposed to thunderstorm today. So it kind of nixed our plans for being outside, but I'll have to check again because right now it does not look like that, but who knows, those things can move quickly. And then I think this afternoon after nap, we're going to go and meet Dad at the mall and get some ice cream. Liam doesn't get things like that often, but it's a nice treat for a long weekend kickoff. And otherwise, we're just hanging out, playing. Like I said, doing some laundry because you know, the laundry's always there. And my plan for nap time is to do some yoga because my muscles have been tight and hurting lately, which is not surprising. And then there's plenty of stuff I could do. I do need to organize Liam's books, but that's difficult to do while he's napping. And while I could bring them all out, I feel like it'd just be easier to do in his room, maybe Sunday when James is here. And so I decided that whatever time is left after yoga, I'm just going to take for myself, whether that be read a book, watch a YouTube video, because I don't get much time for myself. So it's important to take those opportunities when you can get them. Liam's looking at me like, what are you doing, Mom? Who are you talking to? So he's enjoying his applesauce. One of his favorite snacks, isn't it? Yeah. All right, we'll talk to you later. The rain held off, so Liam and I are out for a walk, and it's feeling more and more like fall by the day. It's still somewhat humid, but has like a cool breeze. So it's great weather for a walk. And I'm glad we could get outside for a bit. I now have about 45 minutes to take for myself, so I'm going to enjoy my iced coffee and read my book, which I've just recently started. I'm only about 6% into it, and it's called The Briar Club by Kate Quinn. It takes place in the 1950s during the McCarthy era, and so far we're at a boarding house where there's all different women who live there, including the owner, who I think her husband left, and she has a son and daughter. So we're getting to know the characters, but so far it's kept my interest and I'm liking it. So time to dig in. We didn't end up going to the mall. It wasn't in the cards for us today, but we decided that instead we're gonna get what we talked about tomorrow, because we're going to Maine tomorrow, so we're gonna get it in Maine. And now we're gonna make our pizza! Pizza, pizza! Yummy! Is done and it looks delicious. Can't wait to eat it. Neither can Liam. It is Sunday now and not too much is going on. James has gone to work. Liam and I are hanging out. We did go to Maine yesterday. Didn't end up getting our ice cream. So there's still tomorrow, hopefully, because we're off. James is doing his fantasy football draft, but Liam and I are off, so we'll see. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow if it's nice out. I think this battery's going to die, but like I said, not much going on today. Just the usual Sunday, get stuff done, hang out with this little guy, and I think we're about to do some Duplos together, some new Duplos that Grammy and Grampy sent, so we're gonna try those out. We finally made it out for our ice cream on Labor Day. It's delicious and Liam is enjoying it, as is James. Yum yum. I got Milky Way, James got strawberry cheesecake. It's the next weekend and Liam had his swim lesson this morning. He did swim lessons this time last year, and so he's doing them again for the fall for about 2 months. But we were able to get Saturdays this time around, so it's a lot easier doing it Saturdays versus a weeknight. But he did great. He was loving it. He loves being in the water. Had a great time swimming, so we'll be doing that every Saturday for the next couple of months or so. We've got a crock pot meal cooking. I'm making chicken tacos, so basically you just cook the chicken in the crock pot with some taco seasoning and chicken broth, and then dress it up however you want. So that's going to be our dinner. I'm loving the crock pot on weekends because it just makes things simple. Set it and forget it, go about your day, and then voila, dinner's ready. But I'm also about to bake some muffins. I don't know, I just got a hankering for baking because I haven't done any in a while. And I am making apple cinnamon oat muffins because I don't know, I was feeling like something apple cinnamony. But these are a little bit healthier, supposedly, with the oats and everything. So we will see how that goes. That's what I'm going to start working on now while Liam naps. Muffins are done cooking, and I think I may need to sample one just to make sure they're edible. Pretty good. This one's a little dry, and it could be because it's smaller than the rest, but I also made a mistake, and I was supposed to keep the skin on the apples, and I peeled it off. Don't know if that would make any difference in terms of moisture. It did say to cook them 18 to 25 minutes and not overcook because they could dry out. I did them for 20 minutes, so I don't know. Tastes good, just a little on the dry side. Hello, it's much later in September now. Well, I shouldn't say much later. It's later in September now. It's September 19th. And I don't think I'm going to have anything else to add to this vlog, so I thought I would just kind of end it off by having a little chat with you. And I will try my best to vlog again in October. One, because it's just a pretty time of year here, and two, I think we're going to have a pretty active October with events and things for Liam. Also, I don't remember if I mentioned he started swim lessons again. I think I may have, but it's been a while since I last recorded, so I don't remember. But we have a little over a month left of that. So that's pretty much what our Saturday mornings consist of right now. But I just wanted to check in with all of you, see how you're doing. I know the world feels pretty heavy lately, and it's hard to not kind of feel overwhelmed and uncertain. I know that's at least how I've been feeling, and finding that balance of staying informed while also not terrifying yourself by consuming too much news content. And that's why I just try to also look at positive and good news stories. That's the whole reason I started my podcast, which I also can't remember if I talked about in this vlog. If so, I'll take this part out, but I do have a podcast for those of you who don't know. It's called The Dose of Good Podcast, because even before starting it, felt like we could all use a dose of good in our everyday, a little more good. Not only hearing about the good that goes on, but sharing those stories, because the negativity and the bad is so loud. Sometimes it feels like that's all there is, but I know it's not, and that there is a lot of good and positive things happening every day, and we just don't hear about it because the people making those things happen aren't loud and aren't taking the time to necessarily scream from the rooftops about the wonderful things that they're doing, if that makes sense. So the podcast focuses on mostly nonprofits, but also community members, people, individuals who are making their communities a better place and doing good, positive things to help others, and selfless things, and spreading the good. So if you have never checked it out and you need a dose of positivity, it is on YouTube. It is also on Apple and Spotify. I will try to remember to link it in the description of this video, so you can go and check that out at your convenience and hear some of the good that's going on. I'm almost at 40 episodes, so that feels like a pretty big milestone. I do 2 episodes a month, and yeah, just don't know if I've mentioned that, or I haven't mentioned it for a while on YouTube here. So I thought I would share that with you. And what else do I want to tell you? I guess, what are your fun fall plans? Do you have any? What are you planning to do the next couple of months for the fall season? I'd love to hear about what you're getting up to, the fun things that you're doing. I'm always looking for ideas. So I know we have some family get togethers. Of course, there's Halloween. We do already have Liam and our Halloween costumes. I'm all about the family costume for as long as we can do it until he gets too old and thinks, that's lame, Mom and Dad. I don't want to dress in a similar costume to you. So I'm going to take advantage while I can. But yes, we already have our Halloween costume because I don't know. I feel like I have to jump on it early because partly they put out Halloween in August, so they kind of make you feel that push. And I'm always afraid that if I wait till October, everything will be gone. So, which I guess is probably why they do it, to push people to buy earlier. But at least we're all set and we're ready to go. We are planning to do a trunk or treat again because we don't yet live in a neighborhood where we can go around. And he's still a little young to have friends to go with. And that just seems like the best environment for him at this age. The town that I work for does a little something on Halloween, so we'll probably take him to that as well, just so we can get a little more use out of the costume. Yeah, that's the latest. That's the plans. I hope to do a little bit more fall baking. I'm really wanting to make something pumpkin, maybe pumpkin muffins, pumpkin cookies, something. But that probably won't happen till October because here we are, it's almost the end of September. The time just goes too quickly. But I hope you are well. I can't wait to hear how you're doing and what you're going to get up to. Have you read any good books lately? Let me know in the comments. And take care of yourselves. It's tough the way the world is right now, but we need to find that little bit of good in each day, even the simplest things, and try to remain positive as hard as it can be some days. And just take care of yourself. Take time for yourself. Make sure you're taking care of your mental health. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. But I will hopefully be back soon. And I hope you have a good one.